now tuned in to Master of My Own Fate TV with yours truly, Bull, where the prerogative of this channel is to help the respective parent, coach, student, player, athlete, the whole spectrum, even ordinary citizens, become the greatest version of themselves. Now, I have great news. I just passed my PMP certification and exam. It was truly a journey. One of the hardest tests that I've taken, and I went to school K through 12 when I graduated at the top of my class at Kent State University, right? Now, before we dive into that, I just want to go over what is the PMP certification, what does it, acknowledge. The PMP acknowledges candidates skilled at managing the people, processes, and business priorities of professional projects. PMI, the world's leading authority of project management, created the PMP to recognize project managers who have proven they have project leadership experience and expertise in any way of working. To obtain a PMP certification, a project manager must meet certain requirements and then pass a 180 question exam. The PMP exam was created by project leaders for project leaders, so each test question can be related to real life management experiences. Certification validates that you are highly skilled in motivating people and teams through all phases of a successful project, using predictive, agile, and hybrid approaches to determine which way of working is best for each project, highlighting the successes of a project and its impact on overall strategic organizational goals. The PMP is ranked as the top project management certification in North America by CIO magazine because it demonstrates that you have the specific skills employers seek, a dedication to excellence, and the capacity to perform at the highest levels. In fact, research indicates that employers will need to fill nearly 2.3 million new project-oriented roles each year throughout 2030. Yeah. So, it is a international gold standard, saying that you are equipped with the methodologies, the qualities, knowledge of the tools, and just the industry to carry a project from beginning, from its conception, gathering requirements, to its end, that's its closure. And like I said, it's 180 questions. You have 230 minutes to complete 180 questions. So that gives you 1 minute and 27 seconds a question. Questions were thick. Sometimes they could be a paragraph. The answer choices could be a paragraph. All of them were not multiple choice, And like it says, it wasn't just straightforward questions. They all are scenario based. So you have to have overall knowledge of, they call it the PMBOK guide. The 6th edition is like, I think 700 and something pages. And then the 7th edition is like 300 and some change. So you have to have a whole spectrum of knowledge on best industry practices, standards, guidelines, etc. I failed it my first time. I talk on this channel a lot about adversity. It's not about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. My first time, I really didn't have enough time to go through it. When I had 5 minutes left, I had 20 questions left. So I any, mini, miny, mowed it, you feel me? I failed it, but not by a large spectrum, if that makes sense. So boom. Got to get over the disappointment of failing. I don't fail. I'm not a failure. I succeed at most things that I tried, the first time. So this was a great experience for me to respond to adversity and see what I'm really made out of, Boom, I just got into the books. I did the research to look at, the different resources that were available to me that could help me improve. Those mentioned by the PMI, those not mentioned. I use YouTube, I use blog posts. I use Reddit, and of course I use the practice exam that you can purchase from the PMI. All of those things help. The practice exam help the most, honestly. Point being, I put hours upon hours every day, consistently, consecutively, to be able to pass this exam. The prior attempts, I studied, not to the degree that I studied the next time, When adversity presents itself, you have to go inward to mature and evolve yourself to the capacity at whatever the circumstance in front of you is. You have to match it and actually exceed the magnitude of whatever it is that is before you, just like I did that. And just like I did with this exam, I did years ago within my career, especially in college. When I realized certain shortcomings, and I had to be real with myself and identify where I could improve, and then implement those different changes. Not just come to a realization, but applicably apply yourself. That means physically, What can I do to be better within this situation? What can I do to get a different result? Oftentimes that involves change. And change is something, human beings don't like. It's human nature. We like comfort. We like contentment. That's synonymous with peace. And as soon as a new stimulus is introduced, the average human being is going to get anxious and tireless, They're going to let their mind run and imagine, the problem being of a greater magnitude than it really is. And within those dynamics, we all have a choice of how we're going to respond to this adversity, whether it be person, place, or thing. You can apply these traits and principles to just about any circumstance. Yes, there are unique circumstances that have unique variables, but 9 times out of 10, if you respond in a way that does not motivate contentment, motivate, that doesn't promote stagnicity. I think I just made that up. The space of being stagnant, that's naturally what we would go to. That's the natural action we would take as a human being, the average human being, because again, that breeds peace and comfort. Thank God I had the influences around me to always propel me towards those things in which I struggle at. Run towards those things that scare you, run towards the unknown so that you can shine a light on it and realize it's not a big bag boogeyman. It's actually something that you need to add to your tutelage so you can become a greater version of yourself and a greater human being and have more to share with others so that they can move past their impediments or adversities, The more that you apply these principles to yourself, the more you will be a pillar within your community, a pillar of hope, a pillar of light. People engulfed in darkness or the unknown or just not knowing, ignorance, they will look to you and be like, that individual seems like they have the right idea. Maybe I need to model my characteristics and my actions after this individual and see what kind of results that I get in life. Here at Master of My Own Fate TV, those are the qualities that we like to exude and the demeanors that we like to showcase so that not only are we getting better, we're influencing our environment positively. What more could you really ask for past that? Being able to move humanity forward with just your discipline, your actions, your commitments, and how you relate to all of those things, and on a genuine basis, you're genuinely and cyclically, that means in cycles. You feel me? Because you have to establish it as a routine before it becomes permanent in the physical world. If not, then it's just ideology that lives within your head, or vision that you have not carried out yet and materialized in the physical world. I'm sure that is not what we want to produce for our own lives. I'm sure that we all want to progress within our own ways. So let us now make these commitments and put in the work that's needed. Let's see what we can applicably apply to our lives as far as action goes, as far as standards goes, as far as guidelines go. Let's start to implement those within our lives so that we can get different results.